As some of the most successful and rich women, it makes sense that they have their wills in order. And while some of the clauses are your standard who gets what and what goes where, others are a little more obscure. Like, you won't believe what one of the KarJenners wants to happen to her bones after she passes. Here's everything we know about the Kardashian-Jenner wills. Number 1. Ash necklaces. The Kardashians have always been the type of family to let fans inside their most personal conversations. And in one episode, that included talking about their wishes for after their passing, and what they're putting in their wills. One of Kris Jenner's requests might be the most surprising and possibly stomach-turning. Khloe revealed that one of Kris's requests is that after she passes, necklaces would be made out of her cremated ashes. The Revenge Body star brought it up on camera, to which Kris admitted that it was a great idea.
Remember when you wanted your ashes, you wanted to be cremated and made into necklaces?
That's a great idea.
That's weird.
No, it's not.
Either that's really sweet memento for her kids, or a little creepy. Number 2. Hip surgery. After Kris had hip surgery, the event prompted the matriarch and her daughters to talk more openly about their wills and wishes. Kris had to undergo the hip replacement surgery after learning that she had lost all cartilage in her right hip.
You know, it's like I feel like Humpty Dumpty.
A realization that inevitably caused her to reassess life. Khloe revealed, "My family and I, we talk about wills, we tell each other what our wishes would be if something terrible were to happen." Number 3. Bone jewelry. Following Kris's hip surgery, Kim had another brilliant idea for what Kris should include in her will. The Skims founder brought up the idea of Kris's surgeon saving the bones from her hip replacement and putting them aside. For what, you might ask? Kim suggested that Kris had the hip bones made into jewelry. I mean, it's not unheard of in some cultures, but we're wondering which dutiful daughter would be rocking these custom hip bone pieces. Even Kris had to admit that Kim's request was, quote, creepy.
Kim asked the doctor to save her my bones so she can make jewelry out of it.
Number 4. Nail priority. The KarJenners really don't mind talking about afterlife, even if it might sound morbid or uncomfortable to others. And part of the reason is that they want to ensure their family knows exactly what their wishes are, and that they're met. On that note, Khloe has a relatively normal request in her will, at least less morbid than bone jewelry. The star revealed that if she's ever in a coma, she wants her nails to be done once a week. Khloe said,
And that's in my will, because people are going to visit me.
Sounds like a pretty reasonable request, seeing as her many siblings could take turns. Number 5. Kim's Law. Back in 2019, Kim made the announcement via her Vogue interview that she planned to pursue a law degree. Her goal was to follow in the footsteps of her late father, Robert Kardashian, who famously provided counsel for O.J. Simpson. Kim wanted to be able to help out people of color who were wrongly incarcerated. A great use of her fame and power, if you ask me. A few years on, and Kim is still invested in the endeavor, and after failing the bar exam twice, Kim shared that she pushed through, adding, "It is what it is, and I'm proud of myself regardless." Either way, all that study of the law will definitely help her write her family's wills and make sure their affairs are in order. Number 6. Kim's estate. When Kim passes, she'll have a lot of assets that need to be distributed to her kids, family, and friends. While we can't say for sure what will go to whom, we have an idea of everything Kim has in her massive estate. From her $70 million home to her KKW company valued at $1 billion, to her incredible net worth of an estimated $1.8 billion. We can assume that a lot of that wealth will be passed on to her 4 kids. But if Kim is anything like her mom, Kris, she'll be teaching her youngsters how to build their own empires. And in a few years, we'll be seeing North and the rest of the gang growing their own fortunes. Number 7. Divorces. The Kardashians and Jenners are no strangers to the world of law, especially when it comes to marriages and divorces. Kim has a few divorces under her belt already at the age of 42.
Can't do this anymore.
Both Khloe and Kourtney have also experienced separations of long-term relationships and divorces, as well as Kris. Since getting married means writing your new spouse into your will, these stars have likely had a few different versions of wills throughout the years. At the moment, Kourtney is married to Travis Barker and had her will updated. Kim most likely has had hers updated since her divorce from Kanye. Whoever's keeping track of this has their work cut out for them. Number 8. Kourtney's kids. Unlike some of her siblings, Kourtney is lucky that her ex is still highly involved in the family and their shared kids. Well, as lucky as you can be having to put up with Scott, but still. Kourtney and Scott have been co-parents to their kids since breaking up, so Kourt knows that if anything happens, the kids will still have one parent. Number 9. Kar West kids' godparents. Kim brought 4 kids into the world while she was still with her ex, Kanye West. Now that the former power couple is separated, it's even more important that Kim has her will in order to determine who will be the kids' godparents and who will take care of them if the unthinkable should happen. These sisters try to take turns assigning godparents, and Kim asked Khloe to be the godparent of North, and Kourtney to be the godparent for Saint. We can assume she alternated between her sisters for Psalm and Chicago as well. Number 10. Godmother Khloe. Following the same rule as Kim, Kourtney switched between her sisters as godparents for her kids. Khloe is the godparent for Kourt's oldest son Mason and youngest son Rain, while Kim is the godparent for the middle child, Penelope. Number 11. Stormi's godmother. When Kylie Jenner had her first child, she was still besties with a certain someone who shall not be named and made her Stormi's godmother. Okay, we'll say it. Kylie made Jordyn Woods Stormi Webster's godmother. But since the former besties had a falling out years ago, we wonder who Kylie changed Stormi's godparent to when she updated her will. If we had to guess, we'd say Khloe, since they were actually pregnant at the same time. Any guesses? Number 12. Kris's empire. Much like her successful children, Kris has a lot to pass on. Her empire is one of a kind with real estate properties, management contracts, and product endorsements galore. All of Kris's hard work has earned this 66-year-old a net worth of around $170 million. As an influential entrepreneur with a massive empire, Kris will have to get everything in order in her will. Number 13. Funeral fashion. Whatever they decide to put in their finalized wills, there's one thing for sure. The other KarJenners will be looking fabulous at any of the funerals. How do we know this? In October, Kim attended the funeral of J.R. Rittinger, making it into a full-on fashion show, as one does. She wore a semi-sheer gown, black sunglasses, and big earrings. For her family, we're predicting a full-piece Balenciaga bodysuit in midnight black. And don't forget the veil. Number 14. Remembering Robert. Kim, Kourtney, and Khloe have always held on to the memory of their late father, Robert. In fact, Kim has opened up multiple times on the show about her memories of her dad and how she still feels close to him.
Definitely my dad.
While writing their wills and building their fortunes are important to these siblings, it's often clear that what matters most is family. Love to see it. Number 15. Caitlyn's heirs. After Kris and Caitlyn Jenner divorced, Caitlyn went her separate way, using her fame and talents to secure her own empire outside the Kardashian clan. As for her will, the former Olympian will have a lot to deal with. Caitlyn has a net worth of around $100 million thanks to her book, TV appearances, and media work. We have to wonder if anyone will turn out to be the favorite.
Because we love you guys all so much.
Can you believe some of the things the KarJenners have lined up for their funerals and after their passing? I mean, with how extra these ladies are, it's kind of to be expected. There's no doubt their funerals will be VIP only. We just hope it will be many, many years before any of these requests take effect. What do you think about Kris and Kim's afterlife plans? Let us know your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to The Thing Celebrity for more on your favorite stars.